Hello viewers, welcome to UN Autonomous College of Science and Technology, the virtual platform. You are watching our channel UN College Digital Classes Adospur. We are discussing the paper Financial Market and Instrument. So, in that we have gone through the money market in our previous video. So, if you have not gone through that, please do visit. And we in that what we have known that on the basis of the maturity of claim, the short term market that we are having, that is money market, the functions of money market and all the instruments that are being traded in money market we have discussed in our previous class. So, in today's video we are going to learn the other part of the part of the financial market that we are categorized on the basis of the maturity of claim, and that is the capital market. And this is a very significant market and it contributes a lot to the economy of the country. So, we will start in today's video, that is capital market. So, our today's learning objective is we will understand what the capital market is. We will have a comparison between primary market and secondary market. We will know the functions of capital market, and at the end we will know what is the distinction between the capital market and money market. So, first we will start with capital market. So, the term capital market actually refers to the facilities and the institutional arrangements through which long term funds, both debt and equity, are raised and invested. So, what a capital market is, that capital market is a place where long term funds are mobilized by the corporate undertaking and government. So, as we have going through the category of the financial market, which we are categorized on the basis of the maturity of claim. So, on the maturity that is claimed at a longer period of time, or we can say the funds that are being traded in the capital market are of long term basis. So, capital market is actually the market which is contributing a lot to the development of a economy, as because it is mobilizing the savings to the most productive avenues or to the most productive parts. So, this is what the capital market is. Again, the capital market has been categorized into two broad categories, that are the primary market and the secondary market. So, what this primary market is and what this secondary market is, we will discuss further. Primary market. So, what primary market is? It is a part of the capital market that deals with the issue of new securities to investors directly by the issuers. Here the investors buy securities that were never traded before, and here the buyers and sellers negotiate and transact directly without any intermediaries or resellers. So, what a primary market is? It is the market where the securities get their first exposure. So, in simple terms what we can say, that you must know that what primary means. Primary means what? It is very basic, or it is the preliminary, or it is for the first time we are doing something. So, primary market, by primary market what we mean, that in the capital market, as we have discussed, that we are going to raise fund through various avenues by shares, debentures, bonds, like that. Various assets are there through which we are going to raise our funds. So, in the primary market, the securities get their first exposure. The primary market is a place where the industries or the corporate houses, those who want to raise their funds, they issue their funds for the first time in this market directly without any intermediaries. And here what it is there, that the investors directly go for getting the securities or issued to the securities for the first time in this primary market. And this issues has been done in various ways, and there are various channels through which this primary issues has been done. So, next we will discuss, so what are the functions of the primary market. So, the primary market have these three basic functions, that is new issue offer, underwriting services and distribution of new issues. So, what is this? That as we have told that the primary market is the market, or it is the place where the securities get their first or initial what exposure. So, the primary market has the basic or the first and foremost function, that is the new issue offer. So it is the place where the new issues has been offered to the investors for the first time. So that is why also we have another name to the primary market, that is the new issue market. Why? Because we are giving our new issues here, and this is what the primary function, that is the new issue, offers. So new issues has been offered to the investors, that is the primary function. And how the new issues has been offered? That are offered in terms of IPOs, that is initial public offerings. So, and there is another thing also, that suppose there is a company or there is a industry who has already issued some shares in the market. He want to raise some more fund, more new funds, it has some requirement of more funds, and for that he want to issue some more shares, or that means that shares that are already there, apart from that it want to issue some more shares to the investors or to the public. So for that also it offered the shares in the primary market, or it issue those shares newly into the market, and those shares we called as FPOs, or follow-up public offerings. So this is what the new issue offer is. So apart from that, what the other functions are, that underwriting services. And what the underwriting service is? Underwriting is nothing but we can say that it is an essential aspect while offering a new issue, and underwriter's role in a primary marketplace includes purchasing on-sold shares if it cannot manage to sell the required number of shares to the public. So what underwriting service is, that in primary market, as we have already discussed, that newly offered securities are available for trading. So when we are issuing a share for the first time, a company or industry is issuing the share for the first time, it is very obvious that it is not a known company. So it is a high chances that the investors or the public, they will not be interested to go for buying of these shares or go for applying for these shares. So most of the time, or many a time, some institutions and individuals, they take the guarantee of selling out these initial public offerings or the new issued shares. These people or these institutions, those who take the guarantee or take the responsibility of selling out these new shares, they are called the underwriters. So underwriters are who? Those who take the responsibility of selling out these new issues to the investors or to the public. So this service is also a important function of the primary market is. And apart from that, what is the other function? That is distribution function or distribution service. That means what? After issuing, how it will be distributed, that is the function of the primary market is. So these three are the functions of the primary market. Next, we will go to the types of primary market issues. So how we can issue the securities in the primary market? That could be done in various channels or through various ways. We can do it by public issue, by right issue, by bonus issue, or by private placement. In public issue, we can issue it through an initial public offering or further public offering or follow-up public offering. Then we have right issue, then bonus issue. In private placement, we have another three types in which we can allot the shares or we can issue the shares, that are preferential allotment, qualified institutional placement, and institutional placement program. So we will have a detail in how these issues had been done by the primary market. So in the various ways that which we can issue the shares in the, or you can issue in the primary market, the first and foremost or the most commonly used type is the public issue. So what this public issue is? The securities offered for sale to the new investors so as to become a shareholder in the issuer company is called public issue. So that means what? We know what public is. Public means in general, or those who are the part of the financial market, or those who are the participant of the financial market, or those who are the investors, those who want to invest in shares, they are the public. or in general public also, those who want to enter into the market also for financial transactions. So, these are the public. So, public offering means what? When the companies issue their shares openly to the public for the raising of fund of that company. So, they give the offer to the public, that is what public offering is, and this is the most common form of the issuing the share in the primary market. So, in public offering, what is there, how the company can give the public offering? The very common form of public offering is initial public offering, or which we widely known as IPO. So, what this IPO is? This IPO is when a company makes a fresh issue of securities to the general public for the first time. So, IPO is what? IPO is when a company makes a fresh issue or the issue of shares for the very first time to the general public for the first time. So, a security, a new or a fresh security is been issued for the very first time, that is what initial public offering is. Next is follow on public offering. So, what this follow on public offering is, or FPO is, when a public limited company that is already listed on exchange issue additional shares to the general public. So, as I just told you that suppose a company is there who had already listed in an exchange. So, just we will go in brief that suppose we are a company, or why we go for issuing shares. So, as we know that when a company is growing or expanding and it has explored all his possible avenues to raise funds, so it want to expand for some further development or for some diversification, for some new project. So, it may have some much higher requirements and it needs to raise a lot of fund which he has no other option. So, he will go to the public, he will offer the public that you be a part of our company, you take the shares of our company, or it is like we will share our profit with you and you invest in our company. That is what the basic fundamental of share issuing is. So, when the company is trying to raise fund from the public or trying to raise fund in the market, it is not that simple. So, it has to go through various procedure, it has to go through a certain rules and regulations, and we have the SEBI, that is Security Exchange Board of India, who is going to authorize that company that whether he is eligible to raise fund from the public or not. During that course of procedure, if you are authorized, then the SEBI will authorize you a certain amount of fund that you can raise from the public. So, it is many a time what happened that suppose a company is there who has a authority of shares that it can issue from the public, that means the authorized number of shares. It not like that all the shares it issued or all the share it offered to the public. There are some shares that are still it can issue when there is requirement. So, when the company has issued it for the first time, it will issue it in the IPOs or issue it in the form of initial public offerings, and some other shares are there which has been authorized to it. So, when there is further need, so in that time that shares, the new shares from the authorized shares will be issued to the public. I hope you understand that actually we are authorized with a certain number of share or certain amount of fund that we can reach. So, out of that authorized share we issue some now and we raise fund. So, our company is listed in an exchange and we are already in trading. So, our company is not new in the exchange, we have already some shares that are been traded, but further we need some more fund for which we want to issue some more shares. So, we have authorized shares which are not issued to the public yet. So, we are issuing some shares of that authorized shares now for the first time, but our company is not new in the exchange. So, that shares which we are offering, that is called FPO or follow of offerings. So, that is what the concept behind IPO and FPO is. Next, we have rights issues. So, what is the right issue is when a listed company makes an issue of fresh securities only to its existing shareholders. Rights issue enhance control of existing shareholders of the company, and also there are no costs involved in the issue of these kinds of shares. So, what the right issue is? So, we know what a right is, isn't it? Right means what? We have a privilege. So, right issue means what? The shareholders have the privilege to have or acquire the newly issued shares. Shareholders have the privilege to have the shares by the company. So, what the company is doing, it is offering the shares to the existing shareholders, and by that what it is doing, by giving the rights to the shareholders that are already there, it is no doubt enhancing the control of existing shares of the company. And also what is there, that when we are doing a IPO or when we are doing the initial offerings, or when we are offering in the primary market, there are certain costs that we have to bear, like printing of the prospectus, giving advertisement, like various costs are there. Here what the in right issues, what is there, that the company can have a subsequently low cost of issuing also. So, that is what the rights issue is. Next we have bonus issue. So, when a company issues fully paid additional shares to the company's existing shareholders for free. So, the issue is made from the company's free reserves or securities premium account in a specific proportion to the shareholding on a specific record date. For bonus issues, stocks are issued by a company as a gift to its existing shareholders. So, what a bonus issue is, you must have heard about the term bonus. Bonus means what? It is a gift, or we can say it is a it is something we offer someone out of some pleasure or out of some gratitude. So, we are giving some gifts, that is what bonus is, or we are happy about something. So, that is what bonus is. So, in bonus issue what we are doing? We are offering the shares to the existing shareholders free of cost or as a gift, that is what the bonus issue are. So, this is what rights issue and bonus issue is. So, we can say that these both are offered to the already existing shareholders, and in rights issue what is there? The predetermined price is there and it is allotted to the existing shareholders, and bonus issue is what? It is issued to the shareholders free, or it is given as a bonus to the shareholders. So, this is what the rights issue and bonus issue are. Next we have another way of issuing shares in the primary market, that is private placement. So, what a private placement is? When a company offers its securities to a small group of investors, it is called private placement. Such securities may be bonds, stocks or other securities, and the investors can be both individual and institutional. So, what we are saying, private means what we know? Something which is confined, that is private, something which is closed, which this is private, something which is not public, we can say. So, private placement is what? It is definitely something which has been limited to a certain group of people or to a certain criteria, or certain portion of the shareholders the issue has been done. So, this is what private placement it is. That means what? Private, to a private group of people or to a certain group of people, this shares has been issued, and this certain group of people or the particular group might be an institution or they might be an individual. So, that private placement can again be done in three different categories, that are through preferential allotment, through qualified institutional placement and institutional placement program. So, what is that? Preferential allotment means preferential issue is one in which the specified securities are allotted by a listed company to a selected group on a preferential basis. In qualified institutional placement, it is another kind of private placement where a listed company issues securities in the form of equity shares or partly or wholly convertible debentures. Apart from such warrants convertible to equity shares and purchased by a qualified institutional buyer. Qualified institutional buyers are primarily such investors who have the requisite financial knowledge and expertise to invest in the capital market. So, this is what qualified institutional placement is. Next is institutional placement program. Institutional placement program implies a further public issue of equity shares by a listed firm or group of promoters of a listed company, wherein the offer and allocation are made to qualified institutional buyers only. So, private placements have been done to the various categories, or we can say the small group of investors that we have already said, already told. So, preferential allotments means it is the preferential issue which has been done to a specified security are allotted to a listed company to a very selected group on a preferential basis. And in qualified institutional placement is another kind of private placement where the listed company is issuing the securities, and it has qualified institutional buyers, and the qualified institutional buyers might be the foreign institutional investors, foreign venture capitals, alternate investment funds, mutual funds, public financial institutions, then scheduled commercial bank, then pension funds. So, there are various qualified institutional buyers, and what we have next to it is institutional placement program, in which there are various institutions which is been done to a group of people, those who are the promoters of the listed company. So, these are what the private placement is. So, this is what the primary market is, and the functions are the types or the ways in which we can issue the primary market. Upcoming video I will give you what the secondary market is. We will discuss the other parts in our next video.